I'll be better at the next one. So everyone, welcome to tonight. We have a couple guests. Hoping John will join us soon. He said he wanted to do this, and they were available tonight. Um, I want to introduce you to Miss Trina. She's a fellow Alabamian here. She's the one who suggested this book. So if y'all didn't get anything out of it, it's all her fault.
Guilty.
And that's Mr. Jacob King in the dark. Uh, he is driving, but he wanted to join us as well. I think we did a good job picking a book with this one, and we've been talking about this for a few minutes. It's actually already changed the way I think about a lot of things, and I think, the one thing I talk about a lot on the show is there's nobody doing talking about advanced reselling. It's everybody wants to know what's wrong with eBay, what to sell, and they want to talk theory of selling on eBay. But if you don't take care of the business side of your business and make smart decisions, it's all for nothing. And because if you can't manage your money, then you won't be able to buy inventory. And if you can't make your salary, then you go away and do something else. And so it's had a profound effect on me already, because I told you guys that I was planning on what I was going to do for this year starting January, and how I wanted to build Amazon back to something else. Completely changed my mind and set me back on the course of where I was. So we don't have a whole lot talking about the book. Trina has implemented in both her businesses and does all 5 accounts and does all the allocations, and is very successful with this. I am in the process of, I have 3 out of 5 accounts, and I know what my percentages are, so I've done some of the work there. But I've listened to it once, and I'm actually going to travel on Thursday, so I plan on listening to it a second time Thursday all the way through again, and coming back for the weekend. It's been my project for the weekend is to. So James went through the bookcases, and it's still on the shelf. It's very foundational. It really, I love the way he thinks that every business should be profitable from day one. That is a mindset that is a significant change.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look at on Amazon. What did he? You see these businesses, and everybody likes to cite an Amazon or some of these others that tell you that growth is the answer. You grow to profit. But when you see these businesses that have done that, you're looking at the exceptions. Nobody tells you that. You're looking at the exceptions. The ones that have, because most people don't have the skill that Bezos had to convince people to delay money and delay dividends and delay everything. How many years? It was like 10 or 12, 14 years before they posted a profit. It was crazy. Most people don't get that chance. Most people don't have. If you run your business like that, I can promise you'll be out of business.
Yeah, I believe their first one was 2017. I think was the first time they posted profit on paper anyway, as far as tax purposes are concerned.
And so that's the other thing too that is really makes you think different when you read this, is to understand that there's profit, as we have been taught, it is an accounting term, and it's not the way that you should undertake profit, because it's a reward for doing your business. Your business should take care of you. You should take care of the owner, and in turn, as it takes care of you, you will reach the growth. You will reach by focusing on what being able to do, your mental health and doing what you do. It's amazing how growth comes from that. And I really like the way the mindset change. So Better Barbie says 100% great book. I've changed my thinking to use a smaller plate now and better health. It will eliminate some of the stress, because I think everybody's got to have made the same decisions I make. When you're full time. Full time's tough, folks. A lot of people want to be full time resellers, and full time is very tough. And you make a lot of decisions. If you have slower sales month, it's the easiest thing to cut is, well, I just don't need as much money this month. I can eat rice and beans. I can eat whatever. And that is so detrimental to your mental well-being. And so, it's everybody can do this, no matter where you're at, no matter what size you are. If you start looking the way he talks about Alec, he says start your profit at 1%. He doesn't care what it is. He start at 1%. And because it's about building habits. Habits take, 3 to 4 weeks to develop habits. And so if you're doing something, he talks about twice a month allocations. And so if you're doing this twice a month, you really need 2 or 3 months to develop. You just reflex habits where you're automatically putting, 1%, 1%, and it's every quarter reevaluating. Because I think the one thing we're gonna have to realize, and I've already done. So I've done some of the foundational work. I just haven't put it on paper yet. Is I wrote down all my expenses because that's one of the things you got to do. Is what's the problem with reselling? Everybody, it's just $10 a month. It's just $10. And how much money do you spend on subscription services? And do you really need subscription services? I think I told everybody I signed up for. I turned this phone back on. And it's a $10, and this is the way my mindset completely changed. This was $10. This is $10 a month to have a second cell phone at 2 gig to carry with me because the other one doesn't scan worth anything. And I scans Amazon very well. I'm going back in Amazon, and I'm sitting here thinking, and it took me Jacob heard me talk about it for 2 days behind the scenes because I wanted to know if I'm going to spend $10 a month, I cut $10 somewhere else, and that's the thinking that this book. When you start examining your expenses and understanding your cost, that you start evaluating how much do you really need things, and if you're going to incur an expense, because each quarter you're gonna adjust your profit, you're gonna adjust your owner's comp numbers, and so if you go up, say 3% on those couple of categories, where's the 3% coming from? You got so it's expenses. And most of us, for the most part, I think we use too many services. There's a lot of it out there. I have one that I use a subscription service for music for the videos, which I'm like, I'm only making a video 2 or 3 a month. Do I really need? That was $18 a month. And I look back at it, I'm like, that's been 4 years. What is $18 a month times 12? So 18 times what? 48. That's $1,000 that just gone. So yeah, I made some notes. Y'all can step in anytime. Just tell me to be quiet.
All right. Well, I want to say hey to Jovial Juggler because as a former teacher, I applaud your ready to learn mindset. As a former teacher, I find myself wanting to share this with anyone who is a small business person, whether they like it or not. I try to work it in because it has really changed everything about the way that I run my 2 businesses. Being a full-time teacher, having a side hustle as a reseller, it was always extra money. So I didn't have to worry about how much it was bringing in. It was always the extra money that put a new roof on the house or let us go on vacation or paid for our daughter's wedding. When I retired, I had to replace my income. There was no extra money. And so being sure that I could do that was paramount. And in starting my flower farm, when I retired, that's where I learned about Profit First. 2 flower farmers who had a podcast, and they were talking about how Profit First changed their business for the better. And I listened to it, and I just said, I'm going to start this right now with my new business, and I'm going to implement it in my reselling business. So for those of you who haven't maybe gotten this far in the book, I have my hand as a way that I remember the 5 accounts, and a thumbs up is good. So a thumb is always what I consider my income account, and then Profit First. So when your money comes in, it's going to sit there, but just until it's time to allocate it to your other accounts. So you take Profit First, and then Beard, pop quiz. What's the next account?
My internet is terrible, folks. We've got 40, 50 mile an hour winds, so if I'm frozen.
Uh-oh. The
I
next
think I froze with if I go in and out, it's because my internet is so bad. I almost canceled till tomorrow, but it's the wind is something crazy here.
I'll help you out then. The next account is taxes.
Is taxes in the middle finger?
Which is just so perfect. And then your fourth account is you pay yourself because you deserve it. And some of us have to pay ourselves. And then that leaves your tiniest finger, which is your OPEX. This is the money that you are going to allocate for your operating expenses. And if you're running a lean, mean reselling machine, then that is going to be your smallest percent when it comes to your owner pay. Taxes, he talks about what to do for that. But I just really love that visual. It helps me to think about when I'm going through. And even as I got into the habit of twice a month going in there and distributing the money, I always even do it in that order because that's the order that's set there. And I think that's important for us to take our profit first. It's number one.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the way he talks about how to get to the percentages too, because that was the other thing when I first started. He started talking about the accounts and so there's two different percentages. There's the cap and the tap,
Mm-hmm.
and it's one works to the other one. One is your ideal number, and the other one is where you're at. And so you're either working up or down to get to the right number. So what do I mean by up or down? Most of its profit is going to be working up, and then a lot of its expenses are going to be working down. So you're getting to where you're that lean. You're like you mentioned, you're that lean, mean reselling, and it goes into great detail to explain to you how why our percentage and why taxes are on. Why he tells you only I think it was like 16% taxes or somewhere in there, and because of the way the numbers are calculated, it makes sense. It's hard for me to explain without you guys, but it's I enjoyed listening to it. He's got a funny sense of humor. If you didn't do the audiobook, am I still with us? Everybody's spinning.
Yeah, I see you. I can still see you.
You can still hear me. All right.
Looks like there we go. Uh-oh. Am I the only one left in here? I guess I'm going to but he just said really don't mean to. He had mentioned that the wins and that the internet was somewhat coming and going. So possibly that might have missed both of them because they were both away from the central area. I can't see the chat right now, so we will just see if chat comes back.
Am I back?
Yes, good. Looks like whatever got you probably got her too.
Damn it.
So you were both knocked out there for a minute.
Are you there, Jacob?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, I can't tell. My internet is so bad tonight, folks. I apologize. It never does this, and the weather is just insane up here today.
You can hear you clear, so you're good to go.
Yeah, you're gargled. I don't know if it's me or you. You're breaking up bad.
I can hear you great.
Joe, it wouldn't do any good to start another one. It's the 40, 50 mile an hour winds. Maybe you better. Do you guys want me to restart this tomorrow? We can do this again tomorrow night. It's no problem. Yeah, I think Trina's the same. You guys realize Trina's in Birmingham with me, and she's got the same weather I've got. It's absolutely insane. All right, I will reschedule this for tomorrow when I actually have internet. So we'll do it the same time tomorrow night. I apologize, and Mother Nature did not want us to talk about profit tonight. Damn it. I sound bad. All right, we'll do it. We'll definitely do it tomorrow night. Damn it. All right, roll tide.
Okay.
I don't know if